for our Got TLC and Chill session. We're currently in the Got TLC lounge. Some of you know, we were greatly affected by the flash flood, and our Got TLC home lab and studio is under construction. But this is a cozy space. We have everything set up here, and it's awesome to have portable resources and materials for this great makeshift studio. So I was live earlier. I've been live all day streaming in various different capacities, and I'm gonna start a session right away. Oh my goodness, did you see what I posted earlier? Did you see that? I told a story today that just came to me when we were working out, right, as a family. Family and I bunker down all winter, and we get our walks in, we get our hikes in, we get our indoor workouts, but those are hard, especially in the winter. So we're building a home gym parallel to our studio, home lab, office, library. And today being one of the warmer days of the year, sunny, birds chirping, you get the point. We went off on a hike to a forest, to a bluff, to a mountain. We went to a lake, and I had never thought, well, maybe I did, but not in this depth, that watching a baby or watching a toddler walk out in nature, in a forest, the way they navigate the world around them, far from the concrete jungle, is beautiful. And I thought of our ancestors, fam. Everyone here on the God Tender Loving Care Network, I thought about our ancestors. How did they navigate the world? And I thought of how curious they are. And when they fall or tip over, they get right back up if they're determined, or they communicate their wants and needs in that or right? That's an emotion, that's a feeling. Or sometimes, like my son, they just look at you like, what should I do next? And that was after we went to the State Snake Show. Yeah. So I went on earlier, everyone. I went on live stream for pretty much just a little preview for God TLC and Chill. And I asked a question. Now, some of you are present, some of you are new. Hello, King1232. Yo, what's up? Hey, I actually saw something today. King. Oh yeah. I was driving and I saw this like hotel, and it said it was named Fit for a King. And I was like, wow, what a name for a hotel. But by doing that, you're sort of like only reaching out to the men. Like, wouldn't you want to say like fit for a king and queen, right? So you get families going there and all that. ACDO said hi. Hello, ACD. Oh, I sort of read your name like ACDC, the band. Cal Jacko says hi. Cal Jacko, are you from California? Are you repping Cali today? Cal Jacko, you all joined in the middle of my story. Let's see if I can find that train of thought. ACDO says double tap for like. Yeah, you should double tap for like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. At 1,000 subscribers, right around the corner, we are going to have a party where I'm going to pull one of your names. I'm going to grab the names from the subscribers, subscribers, and I'm pretty much just going to find a random person, put it in the generator, like take the entire list, and one of you is going to win some prizes, shout outs, anything you want, pretty much. I mean, we're voting on what the prizes are going to be, whether or not they're going to be like digital, physical, shout outs, songs, whatever. Let me know in the comments and chat what would be some awesome gifts for that giveaway party at 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're not really losing anything. You're just subscribing. Anytime I go live, you'll get a notification if you have your notifications on, and you might just be that lucky winner at 1,000 plus. We're God, tender, loving care. We have something for everyone. I mean, really do. We have music that's played all over the world. We have documentaries and movies and films that are showcasing in different theaters. We do a podcast, and currently I host a podcast, and it's titled Tech That Builds Wealth, where I help you make more money and wealth with the technology that you already have. Acacio59 says, I know who you're as well. Acacio59. Well, I wanted to go live earlier, longer, but I have a lot going on, everyone. As you all know, we were affected by the flash flood. I mean, it got into our studio. We're rebuilding the studio. I'm currently in the lounge with all the equipment. Everything's professional grade equipment. Sound quality is top notch. Video, lights, monitors, everything here is like all set up. But the studio's a studio. It's usually where I go to stream, to record, to talk to you all. Let me know in the comments and chat, what part of the world are you all joining from? And I have to keep my ears peeled, because over here in the studio, we did something new. As you all know, we rescue animals. We have about, currently on site, 5 dogs, all different breeds, 3 cats, and we used to have 2 birds, right? Oh, West Texas. Hey, there you go, West Texas. What is West Texas? Would that be like Austin or Houston, or what other parts of Texas are there? Dallas, right? The Dallas Cowboys. Or is that on the other side? Are you near Stone Cold Steve Austin at all? Or Joe Rogan? Amarillos. Well, look at that. You are the best. Best in the West. Beast of the East. Thank you. I like that rhyme. That was very, very good. And we do our rhymes. Check out our music as well on our channel if you want. But you all caught me in the middle of a train of thought that escaped. And if it comes back, it'll come back. But today was a lively day, everyone. I mean, I'm over here reflecting on life over here in the forest, getting some good workouts in, and the only thing we didn't do today was go swimming in the lake. And that's because it was cold. Like, it was sunny, don't get me wrong. But the wind factor, the wind chill, was just too much. Plus, the water looked clean, but it didn't really look like walking into a sauna or a jacuzzi. And you know, I love my pools, love my temperature control. So, there's so much going on in the world. We're building that studio, rebuilding it again. This is the first week that we got our electric vehicle back from the shop. As you all know, the electricity, the battery went plunk. But we're recovering from that, right? Like, that Chrysler Pacifica is now a memory. And today we created a lot of memories. But I remember today being a day of memory making. I got to see the little ones explore the world, the natural world, how they navigate the space around them, the trees. We got to get away from the concrete jungle. And it's interesting because we were right on the water. There were, what do you call those? Jet skis, doing some tricks. There were boats. I mean, there are a lot of pontoons on there, and kayakers and canoes. And to get to that after a brutal, brutal winter, it's like you're watching another movie in life, right? It's like you're changing the slide of reality. When you go and change and transition from seasons to seasons. I mean, imagine that. In winter, you're watching winter and experiencing it. The cold, the snow, depending on where you live, of course. If you get all of the seasons, you're really getting like different types of films and movies. In the summer now, well, it would actually, right now, it's not summer yet. It would be spring, but it felt like summer. A good summer. But it's definitely spring. We get some wind, some cool weathers, And if the sun is out there like it was today, you get some sunshine, and I love the sunshine. I've always been, recently questioning, what is the sunshine state? I, for the longest, thought it was Florida. But recently I read something that Colorado is actually the sunniest state of them all. Let me know in the comments and chat which state is known as the sunshine state. I know Florida is known for its oranges, right? Is it Florida or Colorado or another state? So, which state is the sunshine state? It is Florida. We got it right, everyone. Florida, with its sunny days and picturesque beaches, is known as the sunshine state. And that has me questioning, what is Colorado known for? And someone, my Texas person, ACDO, what is Texas known for? What is Texas known for? We'll get to Colorado in a moment. The barbecue state, or... I'm not sure, but I'm going to look this up. I definitely want to hear what you all think. So, Florida is sunshine state. What is Colorado and Texas, as well as your states? Heat? The Blue Bonnet State from JJ Murillo. Welcome, JJ Murillo. If you have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. You could be the lucky winner at 1,000 subscribers, where I just pull your name out of the hat of the subscribers list and let you know that you won. Now, if you don't win the first round, 1,000 subscribers, we will have another party, drop party, gift award party at 2,000. So it doesn't hurt to subscribe. So let's see if you are correct. So Florida is a sunshine state. Oh, well, thank you, JJ Murillo. You said the Blue Bonnet. You might be right. But this source right here says that Texas is known as the Lone Star State. Which one is it, y'all? Colorado is called the Centennial State. Wow, good to know, right? In case you're ever on that show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? And actually, I don't tend to use that term smart. Well, how do you all feel about that term smart? When I'm talking to people, I don't really say, you're smart. Because what is that really? I tend to use like, oh, you're hardworking. You are definitely ambitious. But how do we quantify smart? Is it an IQ test that was created by someone else? Like, imagine this. Your teachers tell you to succeed in life, you have to ace a test. And that test or quiz or assessment is based on a textbook. A textbook that maybe one person wrote, or two people, or a few people. Now, listen to this. If we're basing intelligence based on a textbook that someone else wrote, doesn't that mean that that person is a genius? And why are we using someone's textbook instead of real life matter and application topics? And the reason I say this is because almost all the tests that I've come across are based on someone else's book. So does that mean that that author owns your knowledge and owns it? Like, that author should, in theory, master the test and be the smartest person in the world, but you're taking their test based on their book. And that's one of the problems, one of the conversations that we're having in education, everyone. Because instead of basing your intelligence based on someone else's definition of what you should know or not learn, we should base it on merit, work ethic. That's why I don't really say smart. Like, hey, you're smart. No, I don't really say that. How do we base that? How do we judge that? How do we quantify that? But when you say someone's hardworking, I think that goes further and means much more. And that came up because I mentioned the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I thought that an IQ test was an overall knowledge. Yeah, but according to who? According to the creators of the IQ test, like when it comes to the end of the day, they're just a bunch of regular people that are put in that position. Doesn't mean that they are like anything. They're not the president, right? You don't have to necessarily get a great IQ score test because we all learn differently. What if someone who is monolingual, that means they speak only one language, gets 100%? Because the content of the test is tailored to who they are, right? It's kind of like the author of the IQ test or the authors. Can they really reflect every single culture? Or can they only reflect the culture that they themselves represent? Right? Like, you're not going to, an American isn't going to have an African write their test. An African isn't going to have a Canadian write their test. So when it comes down to who is part of telling you if you're smart or not, is that really just? Imagine that someone who's bilingual, that means they speak two languages, were to take the test and not do as well as a monolingual person. You know, there have actually been people that said, don't learn more languages than one, because then you're going to not be good at any of them. You're going to scramble your brain and you're going to confuse yourself, and your brain just doesn't have enough space to learn all those languages. How superfluous, how foolish is that, y'all? Learn as many languages as possible. That way, you can be a renaissance. Do you all know what a renaissance is? A renaissance is someone who is good at everything. And it's hard to be a renaissance, someone that is good at everything, right? You might be a master at something and maybe not so good at something else, but a renaissance is someone who says, well, this year I've been doing very well in mathematics, but I also want to increase my social studies skills or my science skills or STEM and technology skills. I need to build those level up. And if you're interested in this conversation, because I know I feel it, we're going to go in a little bit into technology, you can check out the podcast that I host, Tech That Builds Wealth, where I help you make money with the technology that you probably already own: cell phone, Chromebook, tablet. And it's possible to generate money. Those are money makers. It's just then accessing the right applications, maybe building your portfolio. So if you're interested in that, check out the podcast, and it is currently streaming on our channel, this same channel that you're joining me from. Now, this isn't a podcast, Tech That Builds Wealth. What we're currently on right now, this format, is God, TLC, and chill. This is what we do at the end of the day. We reflect on what happened. I may step away. You may join me on an errand. You may join me tending to the dogs. As you know, we have animal rescue here, and the cats. I hear them meowing away over there. And we also have a program titled God TLC Car Ride Along, where I take you everywhere. You get in the car with me, we talk. Well, you know, you all talk among yourselves, and I talk out loud because I can't read your comments when I'm driving. The only time I can read your comments when we're doing God TLC Car Ride Along is when I park. That's just a rule. Yep, so the podcast is here on the God Tender Loving Care channel. It may reach Spotify, it may reach PayHip, it may reach Apple. But right now, you are joining the first season of the podcast. And we currently have 19 episodes. So maybe around 30 episodes, I'll submit it to Spotify, especially if that's what you use and what everyone's using. Definitely do that, the Joe Rogan path. But take a look at it on our channel. It's free. You can listen to it. And the good thing about listening to it here is that I use all of your feedback. That's why I prioritize it being on YouTube, because you can comment. And you know, some of you who are veterans to the God Tender Loving Care channel, you participate. After the stream is all done, I have to create a thumbnail from scratch. So I get the stencils out, I get my digital portfolio, and I create a custom-made thumbnail for every single stream. If some of you join, like ACDO right now, very active and positive in the chat, you just may make the cut of the thumbnail where I promote your page. Hey everyone, ACDO was on the podcast today. Check out their channel. And that's just one of the benefits of having everything streamlined on YouTube. We'll get to Spotify, we'll get to Apple. YouTube is currently where it is at. And also, we have a Twitch. We also have a Discord, but Discord is something else. We will get to that and those websites on the podcast because I definitely want to make a section on those types of softwares. Our most recent one was on certifications, and the one before that was on gamification, gaming. I know a lot of you joined for that one and loved it. We might do gaming part 2, gamification. So that's just a little bit about what we're up to. Now let's take a quick look. I want to explore some of the states. I'm going to say a state. I'm going to give you all a few seconds to look it up, or even better, pull it from your brain, mind, and drop it into the comments and chat. We already established that Florida is a sunshine state. Texas is the Lone Star state. Colorado is the Centennial state. Let's explore the other states. I'm going to say a state. You're going to type, what's the state? Name or moniker. How is it described? New York, everyone. Now, as you pull up or research or drop into the chat what New York is known for, I'm going to tell you a story about New York. So, my dad worked with the Yankees. So, I grew up as a Yankee fan. He also did some business with the Mets. I've been to New York. I didn't grow up in New York. I love New York. I've been everywhere, all around New York. And, I mean everywhere. From Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Coney Island. Did I say Manhattan? I mean, I have a Manhattan story that I want to share. Albany, the capital. Because a lot of people think it's New York. Because when you read like, oh, hey, send your postcards to New York, New York. People think that New York is the capital of New York, but it's not. It's actually Albany. Shout out to the veteran, my dad. So let's take a look here. I'm still giving you all a chance to verify what is New York known for. What is it known as, right? Florida's the sunshine state. Well, New York. Let me come up with some more New York stories that are actually real. The last time I visited, well, not the last time, I'm going to give you one of the first time I ever visited New York. We drove. We drove to New York. Now, my dad knew how to get there, did a lot of business there. I was a wee lad, a young kid. And my mom had been to New York before, but she didn't really spend much time there, right? So my dad is like, we're going to go on a road trip to New York. And we end up arriving in New York at nighttime. And he has a few contacts there still, friends, family. Everyone's off doing their own thing, though. But we arrive late. He didn't want to tell anyone. He wanted it to be a surprise that we were arriving. He wanted to surprise everyone. And the first thing we do is he says, I'm going to get us a hotel because it's late. I don't really let anyone know that we're here. And we end up in Chinatown in New York. And he goes up there, right, to the hotel. He's like, I'll be right back. You all lock the door. I'll be right back. I'm going to get us a hotel room in Chinatown. He comes out, and he's quiet. And he tells us it's a no-go. We're going to sleep in the car. And my mom's like, what? It's nighttime? You want us to sleep in the car in New York? What happened? You just went up to the hotel, the Chinatown hotel. And he mentioned that they were trying to charge him hundreds and hundreds, a lot of money. Apparently, when he lived in New York, everything was cheap and affordable. But then everything began, just inflation. Everything was pricey. I don't know. He was just shocked. I remember his face was shocked. And he said, I wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. And in the morning, we were going to visit them. We can't stay at this hotel. It would break our budget. Like, I don't know if they're joking about the price or if they have no rooms. And he told me this was like big number of a price, but we're gonna surprise him now. So he makes a few calls, and he ends up. We end up going to what it would be his brother-in-law's or former brother-in-law's, one of his childhood friends. Pretty much, I can comfortably say that. Maybe like a second cousin. I was a young kid. His family of some sort. So calling him and saying, "Hey, we're right around the corner. Do you still live at this place?" And the person's like shocked and surprised. "Oh my God, you're coming? You're here? I haven't talked to you in forever. Hey, bro, where you been?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm with my family. We just need a place to stay. We're just visiting for a few days." And we end up going. I believe he lived in. We were very close to Coney Island. Like I remember Coney Island standing out. So it was either that or Brooklyn, right? And we go there, and this guy is a basketball like prodigy. One of my dad's friends, basketball prodigy. And they tell me, "Hey, I play a lot of basketball. I knew your dad for a long time. You can stay here for a few days." We all stay there. Just be careful. Stay close to the family. Um, Everyone here knows me. You should be safe, right? But you always have to sort of be on your guard, always be aware of your surroundings. And that notion of not being aware of your surroundings for me is it's a culture shock. Because if you're not aware of your surroundings, like you're just making yourself liable to anything. And don't mind me, I know I shouldn't be multitasking, but I've got a major, major contractual obligation project worth a lot of money right there. And I can talk to you all. We can do God TLC, and chill, but this has got to finally be finalized. I'm a perfectionist, so I give work my undivided attention, and I'm doing this for fun. I'm like, I might catch something now. I'm in a creative zone. I'm not, I looked at this, it's done, it's ready, but I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling creative. I'm going to use that energy and master that. So we're in New York, and we go everywhere the next morning, and we visit family. And that's when I really got to experience New York. Now, my dad said, we're going to go to Manhattan. That's where I had one of my first jobs. And I don't really know much about Manhattan. He knows, right? He's the New Yorker. And we're walking through Manhattan the next day. And people are selling DVDs on the street, bunch of stores, bunch of plazas, a lot. There's so much going on. And one of the people says, as I'm walking by with my family, "Hey, we got that new Rush Hour and Shrek movie." And I've always been big into movies. My movies, my documentaries have been screened all over the world. And I started off young, like very, very young. I had a camcorder in my hands, probably like since I was a toddler. So I had my movies, right? And I was recording the entire trip because I'm creating a documentary, even as a young kid. So I hear that, and I'm like, whoa, wait. How is that even possible? That you have, I don't know, I believe it was Shrek when Shrek was coming out, and Rush Hour. I think those came out at the same time, because I had seen the trailers, and I knew for a fact in the state that we lived, those movies were not available. I was actually looking forward to those movies. And I was like, wait, so Dad, can we get those? And we got them. And I remember thanking the person. And I was like, whoa, thank you. Like in my state, these aren't available. But in New York, I guess you all get early access because everyone knows what New York is. You all get early access to the movies. But hey, thanks. Like I would have got this in my state, but these aren't even, like, I think these are probably just entering the movie theater, like, or not even. So then I remember looking at it and saying, these DVDs look different. But I'm going to test them out when we get to my dad's friend's house. And I go there. He has a DVD player, and he has a DVD player. And I test him, and just briefly, very, very briefly. And I'm like, wait, what is going on with this movie? And that was the first time I had ever experienced a movie. They went to the movie theater, right? And it took me like the drive back and being at home finally, leaving New York, to figure out like what was happening, because I put in the DVD player and I saw like pretty much someone went to the movie theater and recorded the movie on their camcorder, and that was what I was watching. And it was a full movie. I give them that, but there was a lot of that. What's up? Just some rivals and GTA. What's up? I want to tell you what's up. That right there. The solar system, baby. The universe. The cosmos. Good chat. I subscribe to you channel. See you later, man. Blessing on everything you do. Peace. Appreciate that. Hopefully you win, eh? I don't have a saying who wins, but if you win, ACDO, I'm gonna be dancing. I'm gonna be moving around. I'm gonna be like ACDO, but I can't control who wins. I can't, you know, I can't, But I appreciate that. You know, like put your name in the bucket and be like, hey, I wonder who won. Oh, ACDO won the 1,000 subscriber rewards. I'll pray that you win, but if you don't win, we will have one at 2,000. Thank you for subscribing. Your name is now in the subscription list for the prizes and awards that we will have at the party of when we reach 1,000 subscribers, which is just around the corner. So we're in New York, and we come back. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in New York. Like I got to explore Coney Island and see where my dad grew up, and see the Statue of Liberty. First time I ever been to or traveled to Central Park. And I remember that Central Park always stood out to me because later on I saw the movie Stuart Little. And I remember saying, hey, I know that place. That's Central Park. And yeah, New York has always been memorable, and we've been back. And we've traveled there and back and forth, and we visited some bodegas and all that. Dad showed me a bunch. Got it all on film, actual film. So remember the question that I asked you all. What is New York known for? We know that Florida's a sunshine state. Dun 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 dun. That should have given you all enough time. The Empire State. That is what New York is known for. Now let's visit some of the other states. Let's see. What state should we go to next? Let's go to California. California love. Dun, 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 dun. What is California known as, y'all? California is known as... I'm going to give you a chance. So, do I have a California story? Yeah, I kind of do. California, I had a lot of potential business in California, like major contracts. I actually collaborated with an actor by the name of Esai Morales when he visited one of the states that I used to live at for a film premiere. I was invited as a special, what do they call it, special guest director or something, and I sat next to him. I went to the after party, and we were partying it up together, SIE, and we were hanging out. We were laughing a lot together, telling jokes, and he's a Hollywood guy. You all know who S.I. Morales is, right? If not, check him out. I mean, what movies has S.I. Morales been in? Let me look him up. Recently, some of you may know his most recent work. He's been in La Bamba, one of the major actors, Mission Impossible, Bad Boys, Art of Love, My Family, Crescent City, Paid in Full, never backed down, and I got to party with the guy. Ozark, NYPD Blue, Caprica, Atom Train, American Family, Titans, Brink, Resurrection Boulevard, Jericho. He's been in so many movies. And that's, I mean, besides him being a California guy, I've always wanted to train mixed martial arts in California, particularly at Javier Mendez Gym. Now, Javier Mendez owns the gym that Habib Nurmagomedov and who else? Islam Makhachev trained, and Cain Velasquez. And that gym, I believe, I want to say like AKA, I want to say that. I don't want to confuse, yeah, AKA, American Kickboxing Academy. So if I ever visit California, that is on the bucket list. California, California. I want to visit the Redwoods. I mean, I want to visit everywhere, California. One of my sisters lived in San Diego, and she said that was beautiful. San Diego is a beautiful place to be. But I also heard that California traffic, Los Angeles, and all that is brutal. Like, you could be stuck for what should be a 10, 15-minute car ride for hours because traffic is that bad. So the question is, what is California known as? Well, I'll give you all a chance to think about it. My California story isn't as big as my New York story, just because I personally have not visited California. I do want to. I do want to visit California. Almost made it out there a few years ago. And always been interested in Hollywood. Interested in, like, one of you's name is GTA, right? There you go. Yeah, just some rivals in GTA. You. Aren't those GTA Grand Theft Auto games based in California? Many of them. Like, I know Vice City was probably Florida. Probably they never tell you exactly, but they model the map. And then Grand Theft Auto 3 was like New York City, right? One of the originals. And Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was California, right? That one was probably one of my favorites. Vice City was great too. I didn't play it for like the carjacking or none of that stuff. I played it because I loved the free play aspect. Like, I was like, oh, this is supposed to be California? And my favorite part was unlocking the entire map and like riding in the car, riding in the motorcycle, pickup truck, and exploring the towns, and then looking up the towns and seeing, wow, this is actually, like, they did a pretty good job with the map. And with Grand Theft Auto 3, I know that they did a pretty good job. They could have done better, reflecting like more diverse cultures, but when it came to the Italians, the Sicilians, the people, the demographics, they did okay. GTA 5 is in Hollywood, but they made it Vinewood. Yeah, that's fascinating. And so I've always been interested in that, wow, so this place represents real people and a real town and demographic. That's why Vice City, what is that jockey thing? Vice City was like supposed to be in Florida, or based in Florida, right? Vice City. And it was also modeled after the movie Scarface with Al Pacino. Now, when the movie Scarface came out, Cubans, Cuban Americans, Caribbean people were livid. They were angry because how dare this gaming company, Rockstar, tell us or show the world or tell the world that this is how we are. We're not like this. This game doesn't reflect us. So Grand Theft Auto has always been polemic. Scarface, the movie, polemic. And yeah, I mean, when I did play those or tested those, let's say I tested those because I tested those games, and could they have done a better job with the title? Maybe. Maybe they wouldn't have had some people chirp back at them about hey, why is it called Grand Theft Auto? That's not a good thing. What are you doing to the brains of the kids and stuff like that? Yeah, they probably could have came up with a better title. My brother-in-law actually owned some sort of Grand Theft Auto, and he was like, "Hey, I know you test games and you work with technology and all that. Do you want to play this with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've never played it before." All right, sure. But he had the online version, and I'd never played that before. I had no idea what it was. And he's like, "Oh yeah, people from all around the world can play, and they're gonna join, but be careful, they're gonna try to take you out if you have a bounty." And I was like, "What?" So that was one of the first times I experienced that networking aspect of like Grand Theft Auto. It had evolved from Grand Theft Auto 3, which was, what do you call that? Not a multiplayer game, a single player game, right? And it wasn't until, what's that version? What's that? San Andreas. It wasn't until San Andreas that Grand Theft Auto became multiplayer. And when I found out that it was multiplayer, I've always loved multiplayer game, right? Gaming has always been a social experiment, right? Friends are over, hey, let's game. And you get to know how people are. Are they gonna back you up in the game? Well, they might be like that in real life. Are they gonna try to take you out because they think it's funny? Hey, be careful with them. And there was a little section in San Andreas where if you went to this like beam of light, you could spawn the multiplayer. And the thing about that, though, the caveat was, you and the person playing next to you, multiplayer mode, couldn't like leave each other. Like you had to be very close to each other. They couldn't like travel across the map, and you couldn't travel across the map, even though it was split screen, right? You had to like be next to each other, or else like there was like this tether where you're here, they're here, and like you can move around and do all that. But if they start to go this way, it's sort of like you're blocked. You can't. You're frozen. You have to follow them. And that was the first time that that game had ever become multiplayer. That game, GTA San Andreas, from my understanding, when I tested it, evolved into those games, like almost like, and I know this game came out years later. What's that game that people are playing nowadays? Not Minecraft, not Roblox. What's that one? Um, they're like jumping off of airplanes and doing a bunch of flips, and everyone can spawn and join. I've never played it, so I don't know what it is, but you all tell me about it, and I've seen the trailers. Fortnite. So it kind of reminded me of like the new one, the new GTA's remind me of Fortnite in that like people are just spawning from anywhere, and you got bounties on your head, and all of a sudden, like some random player from some random part of the world can like affect you. Wow. So your question is, oh, chicken jockeys from a movie? Okay. Are you Scarface? Well, what do you mean by Scarface? I don't even think Al Pacino was Scarface, right? That he did a good job. Nothing against Al. He's a great actor. When it came to a lot of movies, right? When he collaborated with Robert De Niro, when Al Pacino did the Godfathers, the Sicilians, because he reflects that culture. But I'm very against cultural appropriation, and the Cubans are mad having an Italian, a Sicilian play a Cuban. I think personally that they could have gotten someone better. Like, he did a good job, he did a decent job, but he didn't, okay, because he doesn't speak Spanish. And not just Spanish, Cuban Spanish, Caribbean Spanish. Like, I don't think the Cubans would have been angry if they would have even gotten a Puerto Rican to play a Cuban. They wouldn't do it, okay, you know, another, what's the expression that they say? The other wing of the same bird, or a Dominican. Like, a lot of people didn't really put up a fit when Jennifer Lopez, a Puerto Rican American Boricua, right, played Selena, a Chicana, Mexican. People, they're like, okay, cool, Latina. So I think that this is why John Leguizamo, and if you do not know who John Leguizamo is, he was Sid in Ice Age. He has this awesome documentary on Netflix, Latin History for Morons. He was Bruno in Encanto. He was in the movie Spawn, Romeo and Juliet, The Menu. the past, and a chef. I think it was chef when they're driving around in the in one of those food trucks, and I love that movie. Critical thinking. John Leguizamo also did like a series on dinos and being indigenous as well. So he got really upset when they casted that one actor. What's his name? What's that guy's name? He played Che Guevara in that movie. Che Guevara. What's his name? Frank something. Frank. The, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Frank something. Frank. I mean, in Google, I just got to put in John Leguizamo versus, because John Leguizamo went in on him, but he also went he also went against Steven Seagal. What's this guy's name? Frank something. I mean, why am I thinking Frank? Frank. It might not even be Frank. What's that guy who played Che? What's that guy's name? Actor who played Che. I'm not coming across who he is, but I know he was in the movie Milk, which I was forced to watch. I was forced to watch the movie Milk. Milk, I think it's called Milk. What's this guy's name? James Franco. Frank. So John Leguizamo was upset because they're like, James Franco? Why do you cast James Franco? He doesn't even speak Spanish or represent the culture. And that's cultural appropriation. You know, they could have given it to John Leguizamo. He would have done a good job. I haven't seen it. Don't know how he did. I don't even know if the movie even like played. I just know that he was slated to play Che, and I'm looking it up right now. So I don't know if the movie came out. Oh, he's to play Che in the movie Alina of Cuba. So let's look Alina of Cuba. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if I want to see it. La hija rebelde. Did he play Che? Did he play? Yeah, he played Fidel. He played Fidel Castro. Okay. Let me know how you all feel about that. John Leguizamo doesn't like that. Well, that's California. I think that's all I have for California at the moment. And the question was, what is California known for? Well, California is known for the Golden State. Let's go now to Illinois. Some of you say Illinois. It's very noisy in Illinois. Illinois. No, it's Illinois, right? It's a French word, Illinois. What is Illinois known for? And I do have stories for Illinois. I'm not sure if we're going to get through many, many more states. Maybe we'll do this again. But I do want to definitely get through Illinois. So Illinois, well, first of all, I recorded some movies there, filmed some movies, broadcasted movies, presented there. Illinois has been nothing but great to me in regards to providing me opportunity pre-2025. 2025, it's been very, very sour in Illinois. And though I hold my connection very strong with people in Illinois, ranging from Urbana, Champaign, Chicago, Humboldt Park, etc., beyond, Illinois has always been for me a good place. I mean, I was on this stream a few days ago telling you about some of the projects that we're up to. One of them being music, right? You go onto our channel, you see some of my music. And I admit I've been slacking. Those aren't all of my songs. I have a lot more songs out there. I just haven't been able to put the music video together, or the video, or the animation, or the image, because I've been working on other projects. Music, though, is a passion project that I definitely want to venture toward. Let's see if we can get to those in summer, especially with 1,000 subscribers and beyond. So, Illinois, we recorded a music video there that was a movie, actually, a short film. Won some awards, did really great, was streaming and trending. The music video is Survival. I know my lyrics, some of my lyrics. I might be able to play that, actually. I own the copyright. If I can get this work done right here, maybe I'll play that for you all. And the awesome part of this is that when we were there, we went to go record our music video short film at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, right? Because there's a huge Puerto Rican community, Humboldt Park. Rapper and musician Yomo comes from there. They have the Afro-Caribe Cultural Center with Evaristo Tito Rodriguez leading the show. Saludos. Lazu, and many artists like Martin Soto, and it's just a place that showed me a lot of support. Made a lot of money there. So Illinois has always stood out to me. Illinois is also, as of 2025, the top-rated state for Latino making money. Meaning that if you're Latino, like Illinois provides a lot of accessibility. Like many Latinos get paid a lot in Illinois because there aren't those like maybe there aren't there many like those xenophobic or racist bias towards Latinos as many other states. I know Wisconsin is the number one worst xenophobic racist state, and then Minnesota currently is number two. Minnesota and Wisconsin fight for the number one title of racist, xenophobic, unequitable state, and the Latino population is very, very, very much negatively affected. So Latinos, check out Illinois because that is the number one state to get paid. I mean, I was looking up the numbers, doing some research, and the highest paid people there, like Latinos, get paid, and not just like a little bit more than the other states and have more opportunity. A lot, like I'm talking double, even triple, of what other states. And you would think, well, why? Well, it probably has to do with the history in Illinois and the large amount of Puerto Rican Dominican presence and a lot of respectable professionals. So it just has to deal with that, where there isn't necessarily a battle of. There's still a battle, trust me. I mean, I made a documentary titled Boricua en el Medio about Puerto Rican experiences in the Midwest. I mean, there definitely is a battle for equity and inclusion, but people tend to flock there who are already established in their field, professionals, and have that, what do we call it, FU money, right? So they can pretty much like call it as it is. And that's what we do here on God Tender Loving Care. So Illinois, we went to go record the short film, the music video, Survival, and all of a sudden next to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, I see like a huge convention of zombies. Yep, they did Puerto Rican Day Parade next to Zombie Fest. And I'm like, okay, I'm the director and producer here. I need as much footage, awesome footage as possible. I go up to the zombies. Hey, zombies, do you want to be part of my music video? The zombies call their zombies. They all spawn, and they end up chasing us. They end up in the music video. They end up chasing us all throughout Illinois and Chicago, right through the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Puerto Ricans were like, "What is that? What is happening? Who are those people?" Because we were recording the movie, and it was great. It was a great time. But if you were not part of the production team, you're probably wondering like, what is happening? Esos son zombies. Are those zombies? Why are they chasing that cameraman? And so it was a good time, and we recorded it. It turned out amazing. I mean, it was very, very hot, as you all know. Puerto Rican Day Parade in Illinois, Chicago, Humboldt Park. It was summer. In summertime, we were wearing tuxedos for that music video short film, and we were sweating bullets, walking all over Illinois. We're like, we got one day to record the first draft of the short film and music video, and we can come back, but we definitely need to get the ball rolling. And my team and I are, let's get it done right away. Let's not dilly-daddle. Let's get to business. We are business. So it was an overall really, really good time. We spent the entire day there sweating bullets and recording really, really great images as well. It was just a very memorable experience that I hopefully never forget. And as well, I've been to plays in Illinois, the best plays in the world. I actually met one of my, in person, like as a play actor, one of my favorite actors. He's the dad in Frasier, and I got to meet him live, talk to him. His name is Martin Crane, and he was in Frasier. And Martin Crane has also been in other movies, but he was right leading the show for the plays. And rest in peace. I'm looking at him right now. A tribute to John Mahoney, Martin Crane. He's in the movies What Makes a Family, The Masked Marvel, Dragerman Courage, etc. And just a really, really good time. I also try out awesome food in Illinois from Little Chinatown, Sichuan food, etc. So Illinois has really good food. When it comes to pizza, I know that there's been debate of, hey, New York pizza's the best. No, Chicago pizza's the best. I don't necessarily, I don't know that I agree that Chicago or New York pizza is the best. I'm a pizza connoisseur. I'm a pizza maker, and I honestly can't. I don't know if I should say this live or not, but well, I was gonna say the best pizza, but maybe we'll leave that for another stream. Remind me. But I remember the first time I ever tried pizza in the Dominican Republic is I'm at the hotel. I'm at not the hotel. I'm at the hospital, and I order pizza for everyone because I'm like, hey, we're in the city, and they don't use marinara sauce there. It isn't the norm. So they deliver the pizza, and I'm eating it, and I taste the first bite, and I'm like, what is this? Is this podrido? Is this rotten marinara sauce? What is it? Because my mouth couldn't figure it out. And I ask, and they're like, no. And they taste it, and they're like, no, this is delicious. This is pizza. I'm like, what sauce is? What is this marinara sauce? It tastes so different. Like, is my mouth affected? Like, am I able to taste right now? Because I thought my taste buds were gone. Everyone's saying it's delicious. I'm like, what is it? And they tell me that in the Dominican Republic, they don't use marinara sauce. They use barbecue sauce. And I was mind blown. I was mind blown that they use barbecue sauce on pizzas in the Dominican Republic. They don't use marinara sauce. Like, that's a special request, and you're gonna have to make them bust out the cooler, bust out the freezer, prep the marinara sauce. No, they don't use it. I mean, unless you want it and pay extra. It's kind of like marinara sauce on pizza. No, we use barbecue here, and it's an acquired taste. I'm not saying it was bad. And then when my mind registered that I was eating a barbecue pizza, I was frozen. I was like, wait, I've been making pizza my entire life, and I've heard of this. I've heard of people ordering, and I've made these pizzas, but it's never dawned to me that the norm is barbecue pizza. Like sometimes people had ordered, not much, not many, they had ordered a chicken pizza with barbecue sauce. So we replaced the marinara, and they pretty much are eating chicken and barbecue on a pizza. But I had ordered like cheese or veggies, a lot of veggies, and they still put barbecue sauce on it. So I was very, very flabbergasted. I mean, I really was. Let me know, you all, where is the best pizza that you have ever had? What country? What restaurant? Why? What kind of sauce? I might want to try it. Maybe it's a local joint. Maybe it's not. But I definitely love pizza. Pizza is like one of the best foods in the world. It's actually one of the first things I started to teach my children, like how to make pizza. You gotta learn how to make pizza. So, I've had a lot of fun with you all tonight on God, TLC, and Chill. I just finalized this very awesome piece of work here, but before I finalize, I mean, I got the golden signing, the golden trophy, the golden check, everyone. That's why you need to listen to the podcast, Tech That Builds Wealth. I'm over here talking to you. I'm making a lot of money, and I just want to help you all out. if you subscribe to this channel, I want to make sure that if you're a subscriber and you're chatting with me, that you're set, that you had some food on your plate today, that you've had some water, some juice, all your basic needs are taken care of, and more, because you're part of the community. You're part of the God Tender Love and Care Network. Make sure to subscribe and share. And before I press enter and submit this, just do one more thing. I'm such a perfectionist. I have a hard time always hitting the submit button. Even as an author, as you all know, I have some books out there floating around. Let me know if you're interested. I will route you to those. Even though I've always had a problem just pressing the submit button, but I gotta do it. It's like getting into very, very cold water, which you all know I dislike. If you've been part of the streams, I love my warm, hot water. I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Love it so much. Yes, just press submit. Just press it. Just press it. Should I press submit? Yeah, I'm gonna press submit. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. But I can come back to it. Dun 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 dun. That's actually a good song. Any of you ever hear the song? I think they're called Black Gold. Let me look them up. Dun 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 dun. What are they called again? Black Gold. I was right. Dun 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 dun. It's a great song. Listen to dun dun dun, spelled D-U-N D-U-N D-U-N. They do such a great job. Peace, love, actually a lot of love, everyone. Thank you so much. We're almost to our goal. Peace. See you later. Buongiorno.